I mean, you're lying, right? That there's all this football tonight on top of all the stress of the baseball.
Yes, some stressful baseball and also the start of Week 6 in the NFL. Thursday night football in Seattle. Get yourself an NFC West game between the Niners, coming off a bad loss at home to the Cardinals, and the Seahawks, coming off a bad loss at home to the Giants. So here we go. Why don't we start with Kyle Shanahan? Let's just say I was looking for a lot of things in Kyle's press conference this week before the game. He really wasn't in the mood to talk. I'll just start by saying that. He didn't have much to say. He's very focused, especially as he continues to lose games in his division. But here he is talking about what the Seahawks are now with Mike MacDonald as the head coach as opposed to Pete Carroll, who he has seen for years as the Niner head coach.
What can you tell us about MacDonald's scheme and what makes it special?
Does a real good job mixing all the schemes up, fronts, coverages. His players play real hard. They're coached well. Their techniques are good tacklers, and they mix up the looks.
Recruiter.
What's a little different between that Seahawks squad and a Pete Carroll Seahawks squad?
The schemes have changed. They run different schemes.
Thanks. Thanks,
boy,
Coach.
That was really exciting stuff. I got to tell you, that really, my whole day changed with it.
You'd think you'd have, you face a guy forever, and I get he's not there anymore, but thanks, Kyle, for all of that great wisdom that you bestowed on us about the Seahawks now. I'm sure everybody's pumped up for the matchup.
Geno Smith, I got to tell you, everyone thinks they're so automatic. You told me yesterday they're still favored to go to the NFC Championship and to the Super Bowl. So
still the favorites.
They're 2-3.
I think that they're the favorites for the NFC, and I believe they're second on the list on the Super Bowl, I believe. Second or third on the Super Bowl list. But they're the favorites in the NFC. That's for sure. Geno Smith has had a very good start to this season for Seattle as well, although they did lose to the Giants last week. Big game for him. Division, Thursday night, at home, under the lights. Geno is ready.
Sense of urgency is definitely always up, especially when there's a division opponent. Those games are, they matter the most sometimes. And so, for us, Thursday night game, another primetime game, another chance to go out there and prove ourselves. But most importantly, to take control of the division. That's the important thing. It's a big game coming up again. Still early in the season, but our first crack at it, and, we got to be prepared.
I got to tell you, Mike, they laid an egg against the Giants at Lumen Field, and that's really all I needed to see. I don't think they're that good. I think their wins came against cream puffs like Miami, who have no quarterback. And to have the Giants, really push them around, that was amazing to me. And the other thing is, the old saying, they are who we thought they were. The Niners are exactly who they are. They're 2-3. And the reason why they're not good is because Purdy's been average, and he doesn't have Christian McCaffrey to bail him out. Christian McCaffrey's the best player on the team. And without him on their offense, they don't matter. And they gave all that money to Brandon Ayuk. When do you see him making plays? And where's Debo? The only guy I saw making plays for them is George Kittle. And he's like old news. Honestly, Kelsey and Kittle are getting old, right? On Kansas City and San Francisco. At some level they are. And yet they're still making plays. Where's all these big shot Debo and Ayuk superstars? Where's all this, we're going to give 65, 70 million to Brock Purdy. He's going to get his payday. Justin Fields has way better numbers than Purdy. They have to win this game tonight. San Francisco loses this game, goes to 2-4. They're not going to a Super Bowl. Now, you can quote me on that.
Yeah.
At some level, they are who we think they are. Look at the record. It's who you are. It's not, we've been hearing the Bengals. The Bengals are 1-4. That's who they are. That's exactly who they are. All they do is lose. And then I hear how great they are. Shut up.
Heading into Lumen tonight, as of right now, still Niners -3.5. The total has come down from yesterday. I told you yesterday I thought it was a little heavy at 49.5. It's down to 48.5. I still would go with the under here, even with it going down a point. So I'm on the under here, and I'm on the Niners Scotty, to take care of business here. I'm not as scared of the 3.5. I'm going to lay it.
Same. I'm with you on
It's got
both
like,
fronts.
It's got like 27-10 like type of feel to me. Like it's got like that type of a feel. I don't think that the Seahawks are going to do much. I think you're going to see the Niner defense finally show up for once here. And they haven't a lot this year, especially last week against Arizona. All right, a few other things as always. Here's the most bet player props for this evening. Walker over 60.5 rushing yards. Mason over 82.5 rushing yards. Mason over 17.5 yards longest rush. Geno over 13.5 rush. And Walker over 20.5 receiving yards. Lots of Walker here against the Niners.
Yeah, and which ones of those do you like?
I think Mason over the 82.5 rushing yards. I think that the Niners will pound the rock tonight.
That's the only one I like.
We saw that kid Tracy on the Giants run all over him last week. I mean, we've seen some teams run on the Seahawk defense, and they're missing guys as well up front. So I think this is easy for Shanahan. Short week, let's go bread and butter. The runs to the outside, the zone read. I think he's just going to smash it with Mason here and run it down their throat. That would be my guess.
Can we get some Ayuk over receiving yards? Can we get this guy in the end zone? Can we get some of their star players doing something like? They cannot have another egg. They have to go out tonight and win this game. People are going to start running from the Niners in terms of betting if they keep losing.
They are. And here's where I'm going to go. Since you bring up getting guys in the end zone, here's my tutties for tonight. You mentioned Ayuk and Debo, and these guys need to start scoring. How about Debo scoring first tonight at 9-1? How about first tutty for Debo? Set the pace here. I think Mason's going to do a lot of the work, but Mason's number's a little too chalky for me. I like big numbers, as we know. 9-1 on Debo to score the first. I'm going to take Kittle at plus 180 tonight to score as well, and I will throw a Seahawk in there. Lockett has been getting a little bit more action the last couple of weeks, and I think the number is still very enticing at plus 250 for the amount of targets he's gone up the last few weeks. So I'm going to take Lockett for Seattle.
So is Debo still on the Niners? He plays
We're gonna.
for them still?
I hope so tonight. I hope he's on him tonight. Hope he's the first guy in the end zone. I hope so.
Right. Well, I like Kittle. He seems to get it every week, so he's going to get his targets, and we'll see if they can cash any of those tickets right there.